Go ahead.
Play it now.
No, I mean go ahead and talk.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can talk too. It's your stream too, remember? Just like how I used to make them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Kinda.
You haven't done she hasn't done this in a while because they changed the way things are.
They won't let me for like the longest time because of it. But no, I'm not
Because I
getting
didn't realize that you had the ability to change it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Please you. Alright. Today we're doing a tsunami thing. We put it in the description so that
Yes.
Alright. You put it in the description, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and do it. Don't forget to screen share too.
Can I?
Yeah.
Stop thinking I can't do stuff. I can do as much as you can.
Yeah. I know you can. I love you.
Yeah, we do. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Fine.
Let's make this change.
Oh, and pause it a second.
Well, I gotta wait a little bit just because
Wait for it to load. You gotta wait for it to load, yeah.
Yeah, because if I try to let it, go and pause it.
I just want to let them know. This is like the first time we've been doing this for a little while, because.
Alright, now I can pause it. Now what?
Because of the stupid password thing.
Oh yeah, like a password thing, which
it started doing that password thing, which is totally stupid.
I don't understand.
It's like Microsoft Edge detected corrupted files. So it's like the last time that we did these things. It's like the last time we did these things were like last week, and then I turned it on, and like all of a sudden they started doing this thing, and it's back to normal now. So we're good.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Alright,
keep going. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I'm getting there.
Hello and welcome to In the Middle of Intruder pre-flight. Middle, I guess it's not entirely. Pretty close.
What time? What thing is it?
She just happened.
Well,
11th, right?
Directly in the middle. But
what, this?
It's the 11th, right?
Yes, it is. The 11th of November, yeah.
Okay. We're just making sure.
Okay.
Today we are going to talk Gundam 0083, some of our favorite short films, and give you a look at the last week's Intruder episode and a little quick sneak peek of this coming week's Intruder episode. We've got a one-man's trash where I do the impossible once again. Another hero. That's true. Thank you for saying
true hero.
I've been waiting my whole life for you to say those words.
Yeah.
And this week's Adult Swim singles. So let's jump into Gundam 0083.
Aught 83.
Back in the aughts. Universal Century.
So Gundam 0083 takes place between Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, and Zeta Gundam, and it is after 0080, which was the first sort of 0080, 0083, and MS 8th Team were all sort of within 5 years of each other, and they were all a more modern update of older Gundam stuff, but they all kind of are side stories that happen in between the larger events of the Gundam series proper. So 0083 was an OVA, an 11-part OVA? 13-part OVA. And it would be like one episode every 2 months. And aired in Japan.
91.
And then it aired on Adult Swim like 10 years later.
This is one of the Adult Swim action shows that if you spun me around in a circle 3 times and asked me if it aired on Toonami or Adult Swim, I would have to seriously...
Oh, I knew it didn't air on Toonami, but we actually had to edit it because originally we acquired it for Toonami, along with 0080 and MS 8th Team, and for whatever reason, our programming department decided that the content of 0080 and 0083 was too mature just in general for a kid's audience, and that despite the edits we did, they should air on the newly formed at that time Adult Swim, on their Adult Swim action block where they showed anime. So really had nothing to do with us. We acquired it because we wanted more Gundam. And, you know, in fairness, 0080 is certainly more adult. I think 0083 you probably could have, I mean, it's not much more rugged than Gundam Wing or other Gundams we've shown, but I get it. There was just a little more sensitivity at the time in 2001 to, you know, war television programming based around war. And that's all Gundam is. So it was heavily edited, even though it ran on Adult Swim. But I think we all really liked it.
Yeah.
And wanted it originally for Toonami. So 0083 is sort of another, basically every Gundam side story or retelling has a Char sort of guy and an Amuro guy, and that's what this has as well. And this is, once again, the story of a group of Zeon
sympathizers.
Yeah, sympathizers who want to drop a colony on Earth and starve basically all the colonies, because people get their food from Earth. A lot of the colonies do. So they want to drop a colony on North America, or right?
Yeah, I just remembered it
it's North
Earth,
America.
I didn't remember it specifically.
And basically wipe out the food stores for the world and for some of the outlying colonies. So that's the larger plan, and then it follows an advanced Zeon unit that are basically paving the way for the larger force that are going to drop the colony, and then the Federation pilots that are trying to stop them. It's really emotional. It's like a lot of people yelling, and you know, like it's one of the more, I would say it's one of the more heightened Gundams in terms of just sheer like drama for what happens. Why don't we take a look at, we have our 0083 promo that we did back in the day, where we cut together. We used the soundtrack from the OVA, and then had Chris DeVoe mess with it a little bit. And this was back when we were doing it, some action promos, and it was just the Macintosh computer voice. Yeah. So let's check out our original promo for Gundam 0083.
Now commencing Operation Stardust.
Don't be a fool! It's the Zeon! They stole Unit 2 and it's on with the nuke! It's the Zeon!
We must live on to carry out the will of our leader. We don't have the strength to move against the enemy. We must prevent that weapon from being used. Let's go now. Gundam moving out. Zeon will rise again. To victory, life or death.
Gundam 0083, Saturday night at 12:30.
I missed that voice.
So high drama, and I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack's great. The show looks wonderful. I mean, it definitely looks of its time. It definitely looks like an old school sort of anime, but I love that
But it looked
style.
great. I mean, at the time.
Yeah.
It holds up surprisingly well for being, 25
Yeah,
years
and it's a
now.
good self-contained little Gundam story. If you don't know anything about Gundam, you could watch 0083 and not be feeling lost. It's a real good little like way to get into the Universal Century, which is the larger Gundam timeline. It's a good way to get into the Universal Century Gundam, just because you don't really need to know anything, and it kind of sets up most of the main conflicts. It references what happens in the original Mobile Suit Gundam series, but it doesn't it's not in a way that you are like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
And you get a little code, Nina Purpleton, Animal Gato, love triangle, and the last.
Yeah, they get a nice love. There's forbidden love. There's lots of death. There are some amazing battle sequences in space, and I have highlighted perhaps one of my favorite deaths in all of the Gundam Universal Century timeline. So let's watch. Just watch this.
Hey, Shiva, we have to pull back! Oh, and where do you suggest we pull back to? A demolition train. Has it stopped moving? Whose side are you on anyway? Don't you know? What? Gundam!
And
Death by
spoiler alert: death by impaling,
Lance
followed
explosion.
by getting your brains blown out. Yeah, that was Shima. She's sort of one of the main characters. But yeah, they do a really good job of sort of everyone's motivations. You know, one of the strengths I think of the Gundam universe is they give everyone strong political and personal motivations, and there are certainly bad people, but most of them are just driven against each other for basically ideological reasons. It's not necessarily like there's no smirking villains and perfect heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something I've always liked about Gundam. And this Gundam, they really work hard to do. They're pretty realistic. Like when ships get holes blown in them, the vacuum of space sucks people out, and they have to put on, spacesuits when a hole gets blown in the hull, and it's like, just a solid science fiction anime.
Shoji Kawamori mech designs.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. The toys were great, which I think you can still get out there because they reprinted a lot of those toys. So Gundam 0083, if you haven't seen it, it is currently only available on DVD, old school DVD, since Bandai Entertainment went out of business. I think Right Stuff will probably be remastering and re-releasing all of these. I mean, I know they made it.
They start making it through all the catalog.
I mean, they made a deal with Sunrise, so they're right now just doing the series because they've got, they've done the original Gundam, Zeta Gundam, Double Zeta Gundam. They've done Char's Counterattack. They've done V Gundam. They're doing Turn A Gundam. So I think it's only a matter of time before they get to 0080, 0083, and MS-8 Team, and I'll probably buy all three on Blu-ray because I'm a big fan of I collect the Universal Century timeline as a nerd, Gundam nerd. So let's move on to our question of the week, which doesn't really have anything to do with Gundam, but oh well. And it is, what's
sort of an OVA short film.
What's your favorite short film? Something we don't talk, I mean, no one, it's weird with short films. No one really ever talks about them, but we all have some that we've seen that are our favorites. It's like one of the last things people do just for cinema reasons. Like there's not a lot of money in short films. There's not usually, other than a lot of people use them as reels, basically, especially effects people will make short films or animation, animators
to get a feature.
Yeah, but that's really the only commercial value they have. And even if you win an Oscar for a short film, it's like, yeah,
good job, buddy.
Yeah, like it may lead to more work, but you're not getting rich off of short film. You're doing it because you love the idea of doing whatever the story you want to tell is, which I think is cool. So speaking of that, we can start with my favorites, and I'm going to start with a movie I've already talked about here before. It was my favorite film of last year, and that is World of Tomorrow by the great Don Hertzfeldt. I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to go too ham on it, but it's about 20 minutes long, and it sort of it's completely self-contained, like all of Don Hertzfeld's animation. He's been doing short films for, I don't know, 15, 20 years, and he funds them himself. And this one is about a girl in the future, and that's all I really want to say. But he does all the animation himself, scripts it, and it takes him years to do each one of these. He has one, I think that's won an Oscar. It's a Beautiful Day, I believe, is another amazing one. That one, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how I would do that research, Gil. I don't.
No one has the time.
Yeah, but I have here the trailer that sort of gives you a good idea of what the world of tomorrow is like. He had a Kickstarter for the Blu-ray release of it, and he, it did so well. He basically expanded what you get from that. But I think you can still get the Blu-ray. It's got like a whole bunch of his films on it, not just World of Tomorrow. Well worth it. If you see this online and you like it, you should delve more into Don Hertzfeldt's work. He's a legend of animation. So check out the trailer for World of Tomorrow.
I saw this already. The trailer.
Did you already see this?
No, I saw this part because he talked about it.
Oh. Right, yeah.
He talked about it before.
You don't mind watching it again, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You can't skip over everything.
No? What? Just saying you don't mind, right? That's what I'm saying. You don't mind watching it, do you?
I don't mind.
Okay, just asking. Are you excited for tomorrow?
So,
Yeah.
World of Tomorrow, pretty great.
Don't forget, we have to
My
say
next
Thanksgiving tomorrow.
favorite short film is a pretty recent one. It's from like a year or two ago.
Was it?
It's called The Leviathan. And basically, this is one of the ones I was talking about where it's more of a...
Before we get off the stream for tonight, when you go like at 7 o'clock, so I do know you want to watch some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff to watch. Right. Before we go off the stream, to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone, because we're not going to be seeing them tomorrow. On here. Or should we?
Yeah.
Is that good? Okay. Tired? Or you just stretching?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Sorry if I didn't get you. I was up. It's just I wasn't in the room at that time, and by the time I got in, you were gotten off. So sorry.
No, you were fine.
I did go to bed at the right time. I didn't stay up late.
No, you can watch it now.
No, I'm saying I didn't want to like stay up too late because then I want to get up. But
I'm really real tired.
are you really tired?
No.
Well, I'm going to bed extra early today because I'm getting up extra early tomorrow. Yeah.
Get ready and see me.
Yes, and see you.
Seriously, if you need help,
My sister would help me if anything, Darren. I don't.
no, if you need help, I'm serious. Just call me.
Help with what, like clothes?
Yeah,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I will help you with that. I'm just like gonna be like, maybe we shouldn't be camming because
No, we're not kidding. No.
no, but just call me on
Yeah.
if you need help.
Okay. I'm sure this will help me, but if
Sure, I
not,
can hang out I'm pretty sure he can be okay for 5 minutes while I help you.
yeah. I need to get ready tomorrow. Alright. Sorry if I stopped this to talk to you. I just needed to study that. And I got told them. You want me to start back up now?
Yeah.
Glorified test reel. It's like an effects reel. And in fact, the director here is developing this into a feature. A movie studio reached out to him and was interested in this. So you might see this as a feature film, but it's a pretty quick setup, and it's only like 3 minutes long, but it just, for a person who did it all themselves, it's pretty damn amazing. Just the level of quality of the effects and the photography in particular, and just some cool concepts. So let's just watch the whole thing. It's only 3 minutes long, so let's check out the Leviathan.
Are they allowed to do that?
What was he doing?
I'm pretty sure they got permission.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Bless you.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I can't.
You alright?
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, it's not too bad that it hurts when you eat. Sometimes it happens.
Oh my god, I just hit with my tongue. Probably like a Star Wars one.
So it's more of a fake trailer than a short film, but it's
He
kind of
eats the shit.
certainly Moby Dick, because they're hunting these whales and they break them down and turn them into fuel. But pretty awesome.
You see, you said
just
that
the
whale
level
ate a
of
ship.
design.
No, it's like
The
way that I saw it is she was eating the ship.
Great.
Oh, okay.
So finally, my next favorite short film is a very recent one, and it's a music video actually from Porter Robinson, and it's called Shelter. And it's actually bizarrely somewhat controversial because he developed it with basically Aniplex. Aniplex is, I think it's A1 is the studio, and spent a year working on it. And so it very much is in the style of an anime, but the biggest anime message board, which is of course Reddit, deleted it from the board because the mods of the board said, well, it's not anime. So then it caused a huge rift of these, hardcore fans like, threatening the mods and stuff. But basically their position is, this is work for hire. This is like Sunrise did animated series, or Thundercats. Like, this is developed by someone who isn't Japanese, and it's not intended for a Japanese audience. So that means it's not anime, which is sort of their definition of anime. And then other anime fans are like, well, yeah, but it was made by a Japanese studio. It's certainly made in the style of anime, and it's not made just for a Japanese audience. But most anime isn't made just for a Japanese audience anymore. So why isn't it anime? So it just raises an interesting philosophical question for those of you who care about things like that. As somebody who's involved in co-productions, I find that an interesting question to ask. But a lot of Toonami fans and other people have put this in front of me. I think it's great. We would show it on Toonami, but the full length is 6 minutes and change, which is just, it's too long for us to put on Toonami proper, unfortunately. I totally would. I think it's a really good music video. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sweet. It might make you tear up. So we're not going to play the whole 6 minutes because that's too long for even our show, but we'll play the first 3 minutes. And if you guys want to see the rest, it's online. It's already got like 7 million views, so just go find it on YouTube. But this is Shelter.
I could never find the right way to tell you. You know they start from me. Silence behind the whole night. Nobody alone. So no way forward. Trust in me. I'll give them shelter like you've done for me. And I know you want to know sometimes you're gone. I'm no longer on the sounds beside you, and the words won't be enough. Don't need to know names or faces, but I carry on for us. It's a long way forward. Trust in me. I'll give them shelter like you've done for me, and I know you'll be watching over us until you're gone.
So yeah, Shelter, pretty great, and came out just a couple months, like a month ago. So those are 3 of my favorite short films.
The video, if you want me to look up.
First for me is a Pixar short called La Luna from Enrico Casarosa. It was put in front of the terrifying movie Brave, and also premiered earlier at the Annecy Film Festival. This is like the first 30-ish seconds or so of it, so let's check it out and we can talk a little about it.
It's like Mario with all the stars like that. Somebody else. There's one star, there's one star. And that one there. When they just start there.
So that's not actually the first 30 seconds, but it's the story of a young boy and his father and his grandfather that go out in a seemingly fishing boat, and it turns out that they're actually there to clean the moon of the stars that fall. So
Pixar shorts are always great. That one's actually not one of my favorites, but they're all good. Like, you can't really go wrong with a Pixar short.
Yeah, I like that one because it is multi-generational. It feels very much like a personal story told by him, and I just like that it feels very much like if you have ever been in that situation, like the
Cleaning the moon.
yeah. I mean, it's exactly
Like
how,
you do. Did you and your dad clean the moon? When
and
you
my
were a kid?
grandfather passed on from generation to generation.
So that's why you relate to it hardcore.
No, just the different ways that multi-generational people, different generations do things, and you're all sort of going the same way. But it touched me in the dark, cold place where my heart would be if I had one.
It's very sweet.
Thank you.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, well, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Next for me is The Man Who Planted Trees, Frederick Bach's Oscar-winning 1987 short from an adaptation of the Jean Genot L'Homme qui planta des arbres story, which also means The Man Who Planted Trees.
Did you take French in high school? Or
took
Spanish?
middle school, and then in my senior year in high school, and then again, I'm an excellent beginning French student. I've taken beginning French many times.
You didn't take Spanish.
No, I wish I had.
I figured
If I had to do it all over again.
I figured you for more of a French guy.
I took French in
Definitely.
middle school because of
Definitely.
the Madeline books.
Yeah, I mean,
And
because you're an asshole.
and
You just, I mean,
and there was
just cut to the chase.
if you
Fine.
took Spanish in middle school, you didn't get to go on a trip, and if you took French, you got to go to Belgium. So
Right. So exactly.
Belgium is lovely in the spring.
Yeah,
of
you're
1987.
little Frenchy Gill. It makes perfect sense to me.
I should have brought my beret.
I took Spanish.
Yeah, I should have. I wish I had.
More practical.
Indeed, I've taken Spanish, but not in school.
I took Spanish for 7 years. All told.
Do you hate this place? So this is the first 2-ish minutes of the story, and it's in English, so you don't have to think too hard.
French out.
Yeah, so it won't be disgusting. So let's check this out.
Many years ago, I set out on a walking tour. High in the Alps, a region quite unknown to travelers, where ancient mountains thrust down into falls. The trek began on barren moors, 12 or 1,300 meters above sea level, through land that was bleak and monotonous. Nothing grew there but wild land. My route led across the region at its widest point, and after hiking for 3 days, I found myself in a wasteland, desolate beyond description. I made camp near the remains of an abandoned village. The day before my water supply had run out, I had to find some. The cluster of houses, although they were in ruins reminding me of an old wasp's nest, made me think that once must have been a fountain, or perhaps a well. There was indeed a fountain, but it was dry. The roofless houses, eaten away by wind and rain, the temple with its crumbling belfry, stood arranged like houses, churches, and living village. But here, life had vanished. It was a sunny, cloudless June day, but over these bare highlands blew a fierce, insufferable wind. Growling through the skeletons of the houses, it sounded like a wild beast disturbed while feeding on its prey. I had to move camp.
It's a very pleasing
Very
story
French.
of
French.
friendly. Evidently, people wondered if the original story was based on a true story, because the story is that after World War II, or before World War II, a young man goes hiking in the Alps and he finds this sort of barren valley, and there's a shepherd there who's been planting trees, and he is in fact l'homme qui plantait les arbres. And he comes back, but it was written as an environmental sort of protection pro story, but everybody thought it was true, and he died and never told anybody it was true. And then his daughter sold him out. She's like, "Nah, that shit was made up."
Nice. She probably got tired of people asking.
Yeah, it's like, no, yeah.
Just shut up. It's a story.
Every
Frenchie.
French Thanksgiving, we get together.
It's a story.
The same
Frenchie,
story.
get out of here. De Gaulle.
Yeah. So, last for me is another delightful French tale.
Oh, why am I not surprised?
La Jetée, or The Jetty. Chris Marker. This movie is actually great. It's mostly still photos. He didn't have enough money to get a movie camera except for one day, so there's one quick sort of shot, motion shot. The rest is all stills, and it's sort of the basis of a lot of different sci-fi time travel movies, particularly 12 Monkeys, which is basically the exact same story.
It's great. No, it's a great. I mean, it's kind of legendary.
Yeah,
Chris Marker is a legendary short film.
The Left Bank, French New Wave tour. That means author.
Yeah,
I don't think that actually is what that means. So this is the beginning, 90 seconds ish of La Jetée.
This is the story of a man marked by an image of his childhood. The violent scene which upset him, and whose meaning he was to grasp only years later, happened on the main pier at Orly, Paris, sometime before the outbreak of World War III. Orly, Sunday. There the parents used to take their children to watch the departing planes. Of this particular Sunday, the child whose story we are going to tell was bound to remember the sight of the frozen sun, of the stage setting at the end of the pier, and of a woman's face. Nothing tells memories from ordinary moments. Only afterwards do they claim remembrance, on account of their scars. That face, which was to be a unique image of peacetime to carry with him through the whole wartime, he often wondered if he had ever seen it, or if he had dreamed a lovely moment to catch up with the crazy moment that came next. The sudden roar of the woman's gesture, the fall of a body, shrieking people. Only later did he realize that he had seen a man dying.
Mon Dieu.
So the story is a man is being held prisoner in a post-apocalyptic, post-World War II Paris, and the scientists.
World War III.
No,
Yeah. He says World War III in there. He says his memory is before World War III.
But he.
Well, okay, we just watched it, and I was paying attention.
I was not.
That's par for the course.
Check it out.
Let's say a war. A war.
A war.
Yeah.
So they're
Big war.
one of several world wars,
The world.
and it's not going well post that
For France.
particular war. It never is.
It's true.
Time travel.
Sorry, Frenchies.
Some people need to fix it. This guy, his memory.
Cool.
Let's check out some of Adult Swim Facebook's favorite
Yeah, let's do that.
short films.
Adult Swim Facebook. So, excuse me, we have Kung Fury, which of course was very popular and a lot of fun. Dirty Laundry, which I have not seen. It's Such a Beautiful Day, which is another Don Hertzfeld and probably a slightly better known one than World of Tomorrow. Shelter, of course, because it's top of mind for everybody right now. And Willow, which I guess is a
must
joke
be a
about the height of
short as opposed
It's
to tall.
not. It's not cool. It's not a
I
cool.
don't approve of that.
It's not cool to joke about Warwick Davis. He's a good actor.
Cinematic legend.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of good movies. Willow wasn't one of them, but I don't hold that against him. He's got to make money too.
You are great.
So let's check the Toonami Facebook pick. So top of mind for Toonami is Shelter, Garden of Words, which is great, Paperman, which is I think that Disney short from a few years back, which is wonderful, Kung Fury again, and of course Little Witch Academia, which is wildly popular right now. So all solid choices,
Except for the dicks on
except for the smart asses who picked Willow. But it's a little levity brought to the proceedings.
Sure.
So now let's go to our sneak peek this week, which is actually a sneak peek of what some of you have already seen.
Repeat is what we're
Yeah, but if you haven't seen it, it's new to you. So this is episode 1 of Intruder 3, which if those of you who have watched by now know that giant sandworms are attacking the base. So there's a big storm, some sandworms, and we don't know much more than that, but let's check out what happens.
The composition of the atmospheric dust of this world is very similar to its surface, dominated by composites of feldspar and zeolite, which can be derived from basaltic rocks without alteration. Tom, are you ignoring me? You're not still angry about last night, are you?
The karaoke program has a filthy, lying mouth, Sarah. I have a beautiful singing voice.
Fine, I'll delete the software. Then can we talk about my environmental report?
I wasn't ignoring you or your report. Just the weather here is actually nice for a change. Clear enough that we can finally explore. Take a look around Shogo 162. The storms on this planet are...
Tom, I'm sorry to interrupt your exploration, but we have an emergency. You need to get back to the station now. Sensors are reading another radiation storm approaching rapidly to the southwest.
Of course. Hey, there's something out there in that storm.
Calibrating sensors. Scanning. Affirmative. Reading radio platform. Moving fast. It's heading this way. Just to pick up the pace.
What's that, Sarah? When is he up here? You want me to read it?
No. One moment. That's strange. The readings have subsided. The life form has fallen off our scopes.
I don't like it when things get quiet all of a sudden. Crap. Leaving the base was a bad decision, Tom. Sarah, open the hatch. Pretty please.
Intruder 3 continues next Saturday night at midnight. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
So short but sweet. Believe it or not, this will be about Intruder 3 will be about 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it took a year because we're doing a lot. Turns out when you're not in outer space, you got to do a lot more stuff when there's an actual planet and environment. But check it out. The episode 2 premieres tomorrow night, and hopefully you guys will enjoy where the story goes. So up next we have Gil, the hero of legend.
It's true.
Doing another heroic job playing a video game.
I didn't think I was going to be able to finish this one. This was going to be the first fail in One Man's Trash lore. Or is
I
it?
think they're all kind of fails when you really boil it down.
Well, I don't. So let's check out this clip of One Man's Trash, where I maybe
Slam your balls in a vice.
succeed. Or slam my balls in the ice. Welcome to another edition of One Man's Trash, where I waste a little bit of everybody's time. Today we're playing XCOM 2, and settle in, this is going to be a long one. XCOM 2 is super fun, one of the best turn-based strategy RPGs I've ever played, with one huge caveat. The loading screens are crazy long. By the end of the game, it takes, no joke, 5 minutes to get in and out of every level, but once you're there, the game is super, super fun. So by the time you get to the end, you spent the whole game basically leveling up your team, getting more people and better gear, and better weapons, and just making a totally badass team. And then if you're like me, on the very last level, you decide to strip everybody down to the bare minimum and go in with just the basic weapons and the basic armor that you get at the very beginning of the game, because this is one man's trash.
We are ready.
You can use the weapon mods that you've found along the way, but if you're like me, you've already put them on all the weapons that they don't actually let you take with you, so it doesn't do a whole lot of good. So I stripped everybody down and started up the level and tried to get the trophy, Who Needs Tiger?
Give him hell.
And then my sniper, Renee, started bleeding out after one melee hit after the first enemy attack. And I thought, oh shit. And then she glitched. So I reloaded and started again, and I lost her again. So I restarted and wondered if this was going to be the first failure in the history of One Man's Trash. But I got the right rolls, and I moved really, really slowly, and I saved a lot. And I made my way through the level, killing as many guys as I could, and reloading as few times as possible, which was probably about 25 times. So I got into the beginning of the end, setting up the final level, and everybody was still alive, although a couple people were hurt. And I wondered if I could start over from another place and get people through a little bit better. And then the game glitched, so I figured, fuck it, I'm going in. In the final battle, you have to kill 3 avatars and deal with all of the guys that they bring with them. And it honestly was going pretty well. The avatars move every time you shoot them, so I was trying to sort of corral the avatars together and then get them all in one place and hit them with the big bomb. And with all of that working, I thought I might have a chance. So I saved, and then the shit hit the fan. So I had him down to just one avatar to kill, and I only had my PsyOps guy who was in a coma, and my commander, and everybody else was bleeding out. So I got my commander in the right spot, dodged their overwatch, got the 90% shot, and fucking missed. And then my PsyOps guy glitched. So I reloaded. With this reload, I hit him with the Soulfire from my man Ben Wright, and then got right up in his face with my commander and shot him in the face. And then I panicked just a little bit, because with all the other trophies, the second you hit the button to do whatever action you're doing, the trophy pops even before you shoot him. You figure, well, now I'm going to kill this guy. But that didn't happen with this one, so I figured I must have messed up something and brought along some equipment that I shouldn't have, or a person that I shouldn't have, and I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to do it because I barely made it to the end after spending all this time trying to get it. And if I had something that was illegal, then I was totally screwed. So I sat through the first cinema, and what's honestly the fastest loading screen in the whole game. And then the next cinema started, and then my screen just went black for 7 whole minutes. I'd already beaten the game once with my full hooked up crew, and Jason had already warned me that the screen went black because he actually reloaded it twice thinking that his game had crashed. So I hadn't totally given up hope, but I thought I was pretty screwed. So I sat there watching this black screen for 7 minutes, and then the first cinema started back up, but still no trophy. And then 14 minutes after I first pulled the trigger, sitting through both cinemas all the way in 7 minutes of black screen, the trophy for Who Needs Tiger popped, and I came home the triumphant hero once again. I really do love XCOM 2, and I totally want to play it again. I just want them to change the loading screens and fix it. It's just crazy. But even if they don't, honestly, I'm still probably going to play it again because the game really is that much fun.
Hold on a second.
If you want to see me do something fun or dumb or...
Yes.
I kind of have to pick this up. It's Paul.
Oh.
Because if I don't, he'll be calling me again.
There you are.
Hello?
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
You doing all right?
I'm doing all right, yeah.
Yeah. You guys off until Monday now?
Yeah, we're off until Monday.
I was right. Lives at Mills on Wheels. I passed the shop.
He went into his relatives.
You went to visit your relative, yeah. So what's the number you going to Massino's tomorrow?
Yeah. Portofino's.
Filipinos.
Portofino's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it all you can eat or what?
It's kind of a buffet style.
So what do you guys have at the workshop?
A bunch of stuff, man.
Yeah. Chicken and what?
So
What
like
kind of meat did you have?
ham,
Oh, okay. Was it good past?
yeah, I'm trying to think now. Cornbread.
Yeah. Who won that raffle? Did they have a raffle?
No, they didn't have a raffle this time.
No. They still have the music for you guys?
Yeah,
Who did it, James?
Harris. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that one girl move to Las Vegas? I forgot her name.
Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ain't got too many left there. Too many regulars left. You got Tina and Vanita and almost everybody else is gone. I meant to tell you the other day, I ran into Banos at Tim Hortons.
You ran into Banos at Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
That's cool.
She asked me, see, I'm working 10 minutes away from my house. She asked me how I was doing.
Cool.
I told her, yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm rested because tomorrow I got a big day.
Cool.
I got a last football day and eat all day. I just ate a slice of pizza, so all you guys are going to Massino's, huh?
Yeah.
You got a handicap van doing, or?
What? What'd you say?
You got a handicap van?
Say it one more time.
He says you have a handicap van.
Grandma and Grandpa have a handicap van?
Oh, hey, yeah. My grandma has that.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. So they got a van that they can get your chair in and everything else.
Yeah.
That's good. So your girlfriend going to Massino's?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna, one of these days, I'm gonna take a day off work and come and see you guys. Regardless if Tina's there or not. I'm gonna stop in real quick and see you guys.
Okay.
So, Jesse still work there?
What?
Is Jesse still there?
Yeah, Jesse still works here.
So does her husband, right?
What?
So does her husband, right?
Yeah. Jay still works there, yeah.
Yeah, tell him I said hi. When you see him on Monday.
Okay.
And I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, man.
Thank you, man.
Have you talked to your sister lately?
Tina? No.
Huh?
Huh?
You been fed?
No, I haven't.
Do you
She's
need
not on
anything?
Facebook.
She's
on Facebook. But I'm going over
one of
there anyway
one of my
to my
friends.
ring and shit. So.
Paul, one of my friends.
Alright.
I still need to be fed though.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Want to have cereal with me?
yeah.
I got shit. Like I said, I'm gonna watch a Lion game tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then I'm
well
gonna
look,
watch
I gotta go. My grandpa's
Michigan.
wanting.
I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna be at a bar for the Michigan game. So I'm gonna take some pictures and shit.
My grandpa's wanting me to go eat. So can I talk to you?
Okay,
Can I talk to you on Friday?
Call me over the weekend if you want.
I'll call you over the weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I ask you a question before you go?
Yeah, what do you need?
What do you like?
You.
You don't care for anybody else the way you care for me?
Nobody else. Take care for you.
Does Melissa know that you are meeting your family in this Thanksgiving? Or have you not told her because you don't want to tell her? Because you know if you tell her, then it's over between you guys in the future of life. Am I right? Mm.
No, I haven't told her because she doesn't need to know, you know?
And there's no need for you to say stuff to her that you shouldn't say either. If you don't like her like that, then maybe you shouldn't say that kind of stuff to her.
I don't like her like that.
You better not. Because I'm dating you and I'm meeting your family and doing this stuff. I'm not going to sit here and meet someone's family if they're going to sit here and do shit like that to people.
I love you, Nikki.
I love you too, Darin, but I wanted to know if you actually really do like me.
Yes, I do love you.
Okay. But I don't need you saying stuff to her you don't think you should. Okay?
Right.
Like.
Right.
He was like, as a sister, I want you to say stuff that you say to Sarah. Not as you say to me, okay?
I tell Sarah I love her too.
Okay.
And I miss her and stuff like that. That's not nothing that I don't say to her.
I'm just saying, to her, it's a little different because she's not your blood intake.
And I help her.
She's got a boyfriend anyway.
Yeah, I help her out with stuff like that.
Okay, you just don't need her thinking that it's okay to date you when it's not.
No, she knows. How many times do I have to tell you? She knows. But
Yeah, people don't care if she knows. People don't. You don't notice people do cheat on each other. I don't like that.
no,
My mom's already done that. I don't like it.
that'll never happen.
And it's very disgusted that people do that. And it can hurt other people's mind. Mess them up. And she'll be going to therapy because of it. My dad's probably going to need 1,000 therapies because he needs to go to it because of her.
Jeez.
Well, I'm serious. I'm not joking.
I love you.
Are we going to come back? I don't know. Because it's only like
What time is it?
6:23.
Well, I don't know if he wants me to go in the shower afterwards.
Oh, okay. Should I just get off?
Probably getting off for the night.
Can you call me tonight or no?
Yeah, I'll call you good night.
I just don't want to lose you, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I get to meet their family, do all this stuff, but please don't hurt. Okay?
And besides, I've already seen this.
Okay. Love you, baby.
Love you, baby. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, guys.
Bye.